Welcome back to the No Borders for Brothers podcast. I'm JT. I'm here with my partner in crime, my brother Grant.
How you doing, guys?
For this podcast, it's going to be a little weird one. Just got some random stories. We're going to talk some shit. Just go through them one by one, and we'll just fucking see how it goes.
Yep.
To start off, so I was 17. Grant, you know this. I was 17, and everyone usually does like a little end of high school trip or March breaks, or you guys call it spring break, I'm pretty sure. A little spring break trip. And me and a group of my friends weren't really trying to go on the whole like more organized trip. There's an organized trip here, at least in Ontario, called the S trip. And essentially it's just like all the fucking schools go on the S trip and everyone pays for this shitty ass fucking room with fucking bugs and shit like that, and in like Cuba or something like that. Like nice fucking place, but like the resort is shit, the rooms are shit, food's is shit, like just everything. It's just a shit show because everyone's just getting drunk and it's messy. So me and my close group of friends were like, no, we don't really want to go that route. And one of my friends is like more, I guess you'd say like uppity in terms of like wealth and class.
Yeah.
So she wasn't really accustomed to going on something like an S trip or just kind of like low budget type stuff. So her parents set up a trip for us and got us all deals to go to like a 5-star resort in Mexico, completely all inclusive. And it was like $1,800 for like a week, which is like $1,800 like a lot of money. It sounds like a lot of money, but that's flights there, that's flights back, that's 5-star rooms, that's all inclusive, everything. And so we go on the trip and we get there the first night. Some of us are 18, and then like myself, some of us are 17. The legal drinking age in Mexico is 18, Canada 19, and then States 21. So at that point, I had already been to parties, have had parties. Like drinking wasn't something out of the ordinary. Like I think my parents let me have my first party, like drinking and have a few kids over, like when I was like 15. Looking back on it, pretty young, but they're the cool parents. Everyone was like, yeah, let's go to John's house, he's having a party. So going to Mexico at 17, we're like, well, fuck, like our 18-year-old friends are all gonna be drinking. Like, what the fuck? Like, we're just gonna sit here and not drink for an entire week while our friends are getting drunk and partying in Mexico and shit like that. So literally, we're probably there for like 20 minutes, and at the front desk, they gave everybody that was 17 a different colored wristband. So that way, when you went up to like the bar, they would see the color wristband you had, and they wouldn't give you a drink. Like I said, it's all inclusive. So you just go up and ask, and they would give you whatever drink as long as you had the proper color wristband. So the 18-year-olds all got the fucking wristbands that say you can drink, and then we're stuck with these shitty, like fucking bright orange ones that say we can't drink. And immediately we're like, fuck, like our trip's ruined. Like, what are we gonna do? So we get up to the room, and the guys had one room and the girls had another room. Fairly big rooms, obviously 5 stars and all that. Room service first comes in, and like I said, we're in Mexico, right? And we have a friend who speaks Spanish, and so the housekeeper or whatever, room service lady, comes in, and immediately we're like, yo, Daniel, like quick, like talk to her, like see how like we can get like wristbands. Like I'll pay her $20 right now, like $20 American, which for them, they're like, that's a decent amount of money. Like they're extremely happy. They want to do anything for fucking $20. So I'm like, Daniel, fucking translate for me. So I use Daniel to translate for me. I'm like, listen, how can we get the yellow colored wristbands, like so me and my friends can drink here? Like I'll pay you like $20 like right now if you can just point me in the right direction. So she tells me to go down to the front and talk to, I don't even remember his name, but talk to this guy. So I gave the $20. I'm like, okay, Daniel, like, let's put our shit away and like we're going down right now. So we go down there and we find the guy and we're like, obviously this can get us in a lot of shit 'cause it's illegal and we're in fucking Mexico doing something illegal. Like, not really the situation you want to be in. So we go down to the guy. We're like, hey, like, listen, man, I'll give you $20. Like, can you give us like these yellow wristbands so we can drink? And he's like, oh, you guys are asking a lot from me. Like, you guys know that's illegal, right? And all this kind of shit. I'm like, fuck, we're screwed. So they listen, like, just $30, man, just like point us in the right direction or like do something. He's like, all right, well, like, just fucking go over and talk to this guy, like at the other front desk. So we go over and talk. So we give him the fucking $30, go over to the other guy, and we're like, listen, man, like, we've been passing around all these people. Like, you got to give us some wristbands or something. Like, come on. And he's like, no, I can't do that. I'm going to lose my job. I'm like, listen, man, like, we'll pay you good money. Like, he's like, okay, I'm not going to talk about this right now. Like, just come back like late at night. Like, come back at like 11. So we're like, fuck it. All right. We go back upstairs. We literally wait fucking bored as fuck till 11 because, like, yeah, we went swimming or some shit like that, but everyone else is drinking, right? So it's not really that much fun to be had when all your friends are drinking. And we go back down at 11, and this guy then apparently has changed his mind, and he's like, yeah, no, I'm not fucking doing it, type of thing. Like, not a shot. And at this point, I think there was only like 2 people that were 18, and then like 4 or 5 that were 17 that couldn't drink. So I need to get like 5 fucking wristbands. So I go down and I was talking to the guy. I'm like, listen, man, like, I'm willing to pay like good money for these fucking wristbands. Like, no, I'm not doing it. And as he's like telling me that he won't do it, I take up my wallet and I'm just putting down 20 by 20 by 20. And each time I put down a 20, his face just gets like brighter and like seems like I'm like getting somewhere. So I like put down like $60 and I'm like, listen, man, like $60. Like, all you gotta do is pass us some fucking wristbands. Like, that's it. Like, that's it. He's like, no, man, I can't. I put down 80. Oh, come on, man. Like, you're killing me. Come on. Like, I can't do it. And I'm just like, 100. So I put down 100 fucking bucks on the table. He's like, fuck, fine. All right. Like, I'll do it. But like, you gotta go upstairs, cut off your wristbands, and then come back down and just say like, just tell me you lost your wristbands, type of thing, and then I'll just give you the wrong color, type of deal. So we go fucking back upstairs, grab all the girls like money and shit like that, everyone that needs a wristband, and then so then that way I wasn't fucking just paying $100 for like all of them to get wristbands, you know, like, because they didn't give a fuck. Like, they were completely fine. Not like, well, they wanted to drink, but they were like, we're not willing to go through all the troubles. Like, this is literally just me and Daniel's mission. Like, they don't even know what the fuck's going on half the time. Me and Daniel are just on a fucking mission. We are gonna get these fucking wristbands and make it and like come back heroes to the group, you know, so we can all drink and just get fucked up. So then we give all the money, go back down. We all get our wristbands and shit like that. We go back up. I hand the wristbands to the girls. Like, what the fuck? Like, you actually did it? Like, we pulled that shit off. And then everyone was so fucking hyped. We literally like saved the fucking trip. Because now, although we're drinking illegally, then no one's ever going to fucking find out. Because as long as we're wearing the wristband, you can literally like flag down a waiter and be like, hey, go get me like a couple beers and shit like that, or shots. And they'll come back and bring it for free.
Yeah, no questions asked.
Exactly. Like, I fucking literally, we would go to bed at like 5 a.m, wake up at 9, still be drunk, eat breakfast. Well, wake up like 8:30, go down for the 9 o'clock breakfast, still be drunk, finish breakfast, and then at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, we're at the pool drinking again. Like,
I don't know how you didn't get alcohol poisoning. I remember us talking.
I've never been able to drink the same since then.
Oh yeah.
Like tequila, that's fucking ruined for me because obviously in Mexico, like, everyone's just fucking drinking tequila all the fucking time. Like, I calculated on average what I had in a day. It was like 30 beers, like 15, 20 shots, and then like another 20 like fucking like there's like Bob Marley's and shit like that, like just different like fruit fucking like tropical drinks and shit like that. Like, the amount of alcohol is in my fucking system was fucked at the age of 17. Like, it was fucked. which then leads, like, obviously we were all having fun. There's a bunch of other like college kids on like spring break and shit like that. Like they all think we're older. Obviously I'm just 17. I mean, there was a fucking I went on Instagram live and fucking wanted to do what I was calling a world tour. I wanted to go kiss girls from different countries.
Yes.
So on Instagram live I got like Italy, I got like fucking England and shit. Like it was, I think Australia too. Like so I was going out kissing girls from wherever on like not even my Instagram live, on somebody else's fucking Instagram live. So that like I said, we were just fucked up at all points. I remember texting my mom like a picture of like an ice cold beer and shit like that. I'm like, so I'm just fucking 17. Like they sent me off to Mexico. I'm just having the time of my life. Like, I'm pretty sure I told her I was kissing all those girls too.
Yeah.
Or I told my sister or something like that. I told somebody in my family. I think it was either my mom or my sister.
I think you told me.
I told you too, yeah. I was just having the time of my life. It was fucking Mexico's fucking beautiful. And then that leads us to the fuck this is a fucked one. So this is like, I think it's the day before we fly out. Like I think we fly out the very next day, like somewhat early in the morning. So everyone else is like going to bed and everyone's done partying. It's maybe like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Like it's late, but like not really, like the night's technically still young party wise, but like in terms of actual time, like it was decently late. Everyone's going to bed. We have to be up early for the flight. Me and Daniel kind of like the troublemakers. Like we were the ones that probably went the hardest. Like we were both like single and just ready to mingle and just having fun with anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
So we were just like, fuck, we're just gonna go for like a walk on the beach, like, you know, just reminisce the good times this last week we've had in Mexico as a bunch of 17-year-old kids just getting pissed drunk every single day. So then we were walking down the beach, and like the beach is kind of like connects to like multiple different resorts. Like there's resorts like all backing onto the beach, so you can walk down the beach and probably pass like 15-20 resorts.
Yeah.
So we passed a couple, and we end up like hearing music. And we're like, what the fuck? Where the fuck does this music come from? Because I mean, like we look to our right where we heard the music coming from, and it's just like a blacked out resort. Like there's no lights on in the resort. Like there didn't see a single fucking person. There was just nothing. It was just like a ghost town, and we just kept on hearing the music. So like, what the fuck? So like, all right, we're gonna like, we'll go fucking check it out. Like, see what the fuck. Like, why is this music so fucking loud that we can hear it, but not see a single fucking thing anywhere? So we started walking onto like this random ass resort. Like the security obviously was not doing a very good job. Me and Daniel just walked straight in onto this fucking resort.
Yeah.
And we're like walking through and all these like beach chairs and like all by all these pools and like I said, not even like a fucking like a mouse is fucking running around. Nothing. Like it's just pitch black, like no movement whatsoever. But the music is just getting louder and louder the deeper we go into the fucking resort. And then eventually we fucking like follow the music and we just see fucking flashing strobe lights and fucking like some music blaring and people all gathered outside what looks like a club. Like there's two fucking like big fucking bodyguards standing outside the club. And me and Daniel I think we had sunglasses. So like it's in our pockets. So we put our sunglasses on because like we said, we're 17-year-old kids. Like they legally cannot let us into any club or like do anything. And we're not even part of this resort.
Yeah, so your wristband does nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like the people at that resort have like different wristbands than what we have. They look nothing alike. And we're seeing this. Like we're looking at everyone's wristband. We're like, fuck, we're screwed. Like we can't get in there. Like we just want to go check it out. Like we're not gonna stay or nothing. So we throw on our shades. We're like, this is fucking like, what's the worst that happens? They kick us out. Like we're not really looking to like party or do anything anyways. Like we fly out tomorrow. So then we walk past them. Like literally, like, and mind you, I probably didn't look 17. Daniel probably looked like he was fucking 12. Like. There was not a single fucking way that we should have been let in there. Like me by myself, maybe. Daniel with me, not a shot. This guy literally looks like he's 12. But we put on our sunglasses thinking it's going to fucking help us. And we just walk straight past them. Like they don't even look at our wristbands or nothing. And we literally take 2 steps in the door, look back at like where we just came from, like, how the fuck? Like we just fucking walk straight in. Like how the fuck does this just happen? So we were fucking like this is like I said, we're 17. This is our first time in a fucking club.
Yeah.
So we're like looking around. There's like just people fucking dancing everywhere. Like, so we're like, fuck it. I mean, like we're here. We may as well have a drink, you know? So we walk up to the bar and we had like a couple well, we had like probably a bunch of like singles and like a bunch of like $5 bills, like American or fucking $10 bills or whatever. So we were like, just walk up to the bar and we just, if you give them like a tip, then they're bound to like give you a drink easier. Like everyone's fucking piled at the bar.
Yeah.
But if you hold out money as like a tip, then they'll take the tip and then like get you first type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we were there's like buying drinks technically that were free. Like we give them $1 and I was getting like a beer and shit like that. But as I'm fucking sitting there, just like drinking, having a couple drinks, everyone's dancing. I'm like leaning on the bar at the very front, and there was like a pole right beside me. And I was like, didn't think anything of it. Like there's a couple poles, like it just looked like support beams almost type of thing. And well, at least at the time, that's what I thought it looked like. And I was like, no biggie. I'm just gonna like I'm just gonna lean next to this pole while I'm waiting to get my drink. And then all of a sudden, people started cheering, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm just waiting for my drink, and then boom, I get fucking smacked in my head, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I like look up, it was a stripper pole, and the fucking stripper's butt just fucking smacked me across my face, and almost took me out. It almost gave me a fucking conky. I was like, holy fuck!
What the fuck
I
is
look up.
conky?
I got concussion.
I've never fucking heard that before.
It's a Canadian thing, man.
Yeah.
I almost got a fucking conky. And then, so I look over at, I like start looking around because like, now I'm just fucking dazed and confused. I'm looking around. Next thing you know, all the poles that were empty all have fucking strippers on it. And I'm like, what the fuck? I look over at Daniel, like, because like I said, we're fucking 17. Like, this isn't something we're fucking used to. And I look over at Daniel, I'm like, are we in a fucking strip club? Like, how the fuck? And we just start freaking the fuck out. We're like, there's no way we just fucking accidentally snuck into a strip club. Like, there's not a single fucking shot. And so we just started fucking going crazy. We started just fucking getting drinks, and like, we just had the absolute time of our lives. And like, I completely forgot about the fact that we literally fly out the next fucking morning. Literally, we're doing fucking shots and like going crazy. We're taking Snapchat stories like crazy. All of our friends like are back at the hotel, seeing our Snapchat like out of the resort, seeing our Snapchat stories, calling us and texting us, being like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? Where the fuck are you?" Like, because like they know. Like there was no fucking strip club near us, like on our resort. Like, so they think me and Daniel at 17 just fucking wander off the resort and like just fucking balls deep in Mexico. And then fucking, so they're literally like calling us, be like, yo, like we fly out, like literally in fucking like 6-7 hours we fly out. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I look at the time, it's like fucking 1:30, 2 in the fucking morning. Like we went for a walk at like 10 p.m. and now it's like 2 in the morning. I'm like, holy fuck! Like the time, literally, it's like the fucking Hangover or some shit. Like you literally just step one foot in there, and then just like the time's gone. Like you blink and the time was gone. Like 4 hours had fucking passed, and me and Daniel weren't even trying to like get fucked up or do anything.
Yeah.
And like at this point, we're literally the only reason like how we're being held up is because there's so many people like bodies around us, or like the girls we're dancing with are like almost like support for us to like stay standing.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're 17. Like this is not like we're not fucking used to that. So then finally I'm like, Daniel, like, bro, I got pissed. Like we go to the bathroom and because people are starting to leave, like it's starting to close down. It's like 2:30, maybe 3 in the morning. And we go to the bathroom. I take a piss, and then all on the counter is like this white powdery looking stuff all over the fucking counter. As I'm washing my hands, I looked over and I see Daniel drawing a smiley face in it.
And he just licks his finger.
And I'm like, Daniel, wash your fucking hands right now. It's like, why? I'm like, do you know what the fuck you're touching? He's like, I know, look, I wrote a smiley face in the sand. I'm like, Daniel, that's not fucking sand. I'm like, we're in a fucking Mexican strip club. I'm like,
Oh my
that is
God.
definitely cocaine. Like, Daniel, we have a flight tomorrow. They scan your fucking hands. They have drug sniffing dogs. I'm like, you just touched fucking cocaine. Like, are you fucking nuts? It's like, I didn't know, man. I thought it was fucking sand. I drew a smiley face in it. I'm like, I fucking see that. I'm like, God damn. Like, what the fuck are you doing? So after that, I'm like, Daniel, fucking pour alcohol over your fucking hands, wash your hands. I'm like, fucking do anything. So we did that like a fuck ton. I'm like, Daniel, it's like 3 a.m. We gotta go. And like, I sound like I'm fucking all right, but like, no, I'm fucking absolutely fucked up. We can't walk like or see straight. Like, it's I just remember it, just everything I've never been more drunk in my life. Like, everything was just fucked. We walk out of the club. We have to find our way through the resort back to the beach. And by the time we get to the beach, literally we took one step on the sand because it was like a little, like obviously not very level, and we just fucking collapsed, just absolutely fucking face planted in the sand. And then we just laid there for a bit as everyone just walked by us because we literally could not fucking even get up or like think about getting up.
It's probably a
So then we
normal
saw
thing to see.
yeah, just two, and like that's what I'm saying. Like, Daniel looks 12, like, so like they literally see two kids just blackout drunk at like 3 a.m. with sunglasses on,
Yeah.
just like laying on the sand, laughing because we can't fucking like even move because our head is literally like spinning so much. So eventually we fucking get up and we're literally like holding each other up, but like we're both fucking drunk, so like that doesn't work, you know. We were like, oh, we can just support each other. We can go step by step. Yeah, no, we're both fucked up, so that doesn't work. We fell over from that resort back to our resort. Like, still to this day, no idea how the fuck that like we actually made it, but we
Yeah.
probably faceplanted in the sand at least 10 to 15 times.
Mm.
And like, it's not that far of a fucking like, we probably passed like 2 or 3 resorts until we like got to our resort.
Yeah.
Like, and then somehow, that's what I'm saying, like this entire way, I have no idea how, because we navigate our way back to our resort, back up to our rooms, and then like at this point we're all just fucking like we have sweat all over us, other people sweat all over us,
Yeah.
and just fucking like absolutely just drenched in sweat and sand and fucking everything. I literally walked into the room, turned on the shower. It's like a big walk-in shower. I think there's like 5 or 6 shower heads in it.
Yeah.
It almost was like it's almost like a locker room shower, but in a fucking hotel room.
Uh-huh.
And I literally just turned it on and I just laid there for like probably like an hour. And then I like finally was able to like get up. And I literally just took off all my clothes in the shower, left them fucking soaking wet, and then just fucking got into bed. And then next thing I know, I literally felt like I blinked, and then people were waking me up because we were about to miss our fucking like flight. We had to go like right now. So I had to like bag up all my wet clothes and like do all this shit. And holy fuck, we eventually made it back to the flight and got home. I'm pretty sure within 10 minutes of being home, I was absolutely dead on the couch. There's a picture of that somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a story about how I accidentally went to a strip club at the age of 17.
Mm-hmm. And just the whole Cancun story in general.
Yeah, and then how I broke the law in Mexico.
Yeah.
Also at the age of 17.
Yep. And now he's a felon and can never step ground in Mexico.
I
again.
Exactly.
But while he was partying,
Doing unholy acts.
yeah, doing all that stuff, my ass was at home playing video games. Not at the same time, but this is just my life compared to his. I was at home playing video games. I got a fucking knock on my door one day. And this is just the absolute fucking like polar opposite we actually are. Like, I was just at home and I heard a knock on the door and I was like, oh fuck, who is that? I opened it up. It's 2 people in like these suits and stuff holding like a briefcase and everything. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, am I in trouble? Is this the FBI? Did I play a wrong game or something? And I open it and they're like, hey, how are you? And I went, I'm good. How are you? And they're just like, we're good. So like, we're Jehovah's Witness. I went, fuck. Okay.
Never answer the door.
Yeah, no, I grew up and me and my mom would hide, turn off all the lights and hide when we seen a Jehovah's Witness or something pulling
I
our
was just
driveway.
telling them I'm a fucking Satanist.
Yeah, so I
They walk
mean,
away real fast.
yeah. So like I grew up a Christian, but like at this point in my life I was agnostic. Like everyone has their own religion. Who am I to say who's right, you know?
Yeah.
That's just the way I look at it. But I grew up knowing a lot about Christianity and Jesus, and like I'm pretty knowledgeable about it. So I was able to like keep up a conversation with these people, and they asked, "Do you want to talk about Jesus, everything?" And like I was 17, 16 or 17 at this point, and I could not say no to people, and I still have problems with that to this day.
You still do.
I've gotten better at it, but at this
Yeah.
point in my life, it was just I was a yes man. Like
I still have to be your conscience every now and then.
exactly. So like I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that. Not for long, but I can talk to you. And so they spoke to me for like 30 fucking minutes about like Jesus and how like all of their Jehovah's Witness crazy bullshit. I don't know what it was because
Yeah.
it's totally different from regular Christianity, like crazy different. And then at the end of it, they said, "All right, well, we're gonna give you this pamphlet to go over, and next week." We will come over and we'll talk again. It was really nice talking to you, and we're gonna do this for the next 8 weeks. And I went,
Oh no.
okay, I'll go over it. And they'll be like, all right, we'll see you in a week then, Chandler. Thank you so much. And I ran in the fucking house when they were gone. I called my
You
dad.
just signed a deal with God, boy.
Yeah, basically. I called my dad. I was like, I just invited Jehovah's Witness to our house for 8 weeks in a row. I don't know what I'm gonna do. That was the worst 30 minutes of my life. And he just bust out fucking laughing. Like he thought it was the funniest shit. He said, "Good luck with that. I'm glad they come on Wednesdays when I'm not home." And shit like that.
He doesn't give a fuck.
No, not at all. So like I was stuck like that for weeks. Like and it was so awful because the first week I did not I heard them. I was home, of course, playing video games. So I turned off all the lights and I hid. And it was just a knock for like 10 minutes. They're ruthless when it comes
They
to
don't give a
knocking.
fuck.
No,
Yeah.
no, they stayed out, and I was like, man, I'm starting to have to poop. Like, come on, leave because
All they hear is and they start fucking Chandler. We know we're in there.
like the way my house was set up is my room was right next to the front door, and down a long hallway was the bathroom. So like I had to be seen to go to the bathroom. I had to just lock my door and fucking hide. And they know I'm in there. Like there's no fucking way they don't. And
God told them you're in there.
exactly. Like they got a prophet to come down and tell them that I was home and that they need to keep knocking on my door for 45 minutes. But that happened for 8 weeks. They didn't give up. I never talked to them the 7 other weeks I was there, or like that they were there. But they never fucking gave up. It was 10 minutes every Wednesday. Just like, come on, hey, talk about Jesus. It was awful. But that's what I mean, like, you were out partying and drinking and going to strip clubs at 17 years old. And at 17, I was hiding from Jehovah's Witness.
Jehovah's Witness.
About to shit my pants, basically. That's,
as you just want to play video games.
Yeah, I just want to kill some terrorists.
And we talked every single day at this point too. Like we knew what was going on in each other's lives at this point.
Yeah. Like I would text my dad sometimes while they were there and be like, they're outside. He'd be like, who? Jehovah's Witness.
They're worse than the devil.
They are. It's awful, dude. Have you actually looked up the Satanist like shit?
Nah, I just tell them I'm a Satanist and then they walk away.
You know, Satanism is not even that bad. Like they don't believe in
All
Satan.
right, let's relax.
Hey, now listen. No, listen. Satanists don't believe in Satan. That's a
Okay,
thing.
what is it then, man?
It's just like some of their main shit is just respect others, and they're all
Some of
for
their
like
main shit, but they're not main shit when they're doing fucking rituals, cutting pigs' heads off and
that's not a
using the
thing
blood
anymore.
to fucking jerk off as lube.
That's pagans, I think. Isn't that pagans?
I don't fucking know, man.
What are Satanists? Let's
Oh
see real
god,
fast. Satanism is a group of ideological and
it's got to
philosophical
be
beliefs
fucking
based on
like you just
Satan
press the
to
mute
divert.
button. You fucking bind key, motherfucker.
Ah, shit. Satan. I mean, like Satanists. 5 things you didn't know about Satanists. CNN. Most Satanists aren't devil worshippers. They are okay with celebrating Christmas. See, they're great.
Yeah, because they
You won't.
want fucking presents. They don't give a fuck.
You won't find a satanic church in your community. Shut up, ad. Oh my god.
No shit, you won't find a satanic church in your community. You'll probably get fucking burnt down.
At least down here in Georgia, there was a satanic panic. That just sounds cool. Like,
All right,
let's go to the
relax.
satanic panic. All right, in the 1980s.
It's just the fucking Panic at the Disco. What is this?
Yeah, exactly. It's a satanic panic at the disco.
Fuck that.
But yeah, it's not that bad. Like,
You haven't given me any other information yet.
what? What do you need? They support LGBTQ plus and BLM.
Who do they worship? Like, who is their like god?
They don't have. They technically don't have a god. They're basically a religion that is based off of just being nice to others, and
So why is Satan in their name?
I think it's just to be the opposite of Christians, basically.
You don't fucking know. Move on. You don't know. Move on.
I'm gonna look this up for next podcast. I'm gonna be I'm still agnostic, but I'm gonna be super knowledgeable about Satanism. Okay.
All right. How'd you fuck up your knee?
How'd I fuck up my knee? Okay, so this was brought up in like I don't know episode 7, I believe, 7 or 8. That I dislocated my knee. Nothing else was said about it, and my fiance was like, "Hey, you probably need to elaborate on that more," because that was kind of like a month and a half of this year. I was like, "Yeah, true, okay." So I was just talking to my coworker Dustin. Shout out. He never listens to the podcast, anyways. So fuck him.
What a bitch.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
he's a bitch. Pull up, Dustin. Catch these hands.
So I was just talking to him, laughing and everything, telling jokes, and my knee just popped out. Like I don't know, my left knee went left, and like the whole bottom of my leg went left when it's not supposed to go that far. Like if you hold out your arms straight and then bend it, that's what it looked like. That it was awful, and so like as we were laughing, it happened. So I was laughing, and then it turned into a yell. So they thought I was fucking with them and joking, but like 3 seconds later, with my harrowing screams, they found out, oh shit, this isn't a joke anymore. And one of my coworkers, Ben, he was like, "Get him some ice," and I was like, "You know what? Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it." Like stepping into action. Dustin said today we were talking about it. He was like, "I was already getting him ice before you said that," and I was like, "Okay, Dustin, come on now." Like I don't know. I was on the ground, literally almost blacking out. Okay, and so it was him, my best one of my best friends, Ella, Ben, and one of my best friends, Gabe, I think was there. I don't know if Gabe was there. I don't remember. Yeah, he was. He was. So like Ella just stood there, and she froze basically. Like she saw it. It was awful. Like I fell down. It was completely sideways. She froze. She could not do anything. She just froze, and had a panic look on her face. It basically like terrified her. Gabe didn't know what to do. He looked at Ella and said, "Do I call 911?" And Ella said, "Just wait a second," which was the right move because
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, a lot of Canadians don't know, for the Canadian audience, that it's probably about $15,000 for an ambulance ride. So that's the thing. It would have bankrupted me basically. So I'm glad they didn't. And as I was falling, all I remember, we have a coworker named Rodolfo. He is like this 50-year-old man. He's the hardest working guy I've ever met. He's so sweet. He speaks English, but it's kind of like broken English in a way. But like he is this amazing man, and all I remember, and I told them this, and they were like, "Why did this stand out to you?" I was like, as I was falling, all I saw was Rodolfo's handlebar mustache, just like as I was falling, and that's what stood out to me the entire time as I was like falling down in incredible amounts of pain is Rodolfo's mustache. And as I was on the ground too, this was like, so when it popped out, I was writhing on the ground screaming, and then it popped back in, which then continued my screaming for a minute, and then it kind of subsided. The pain was still there, of course, because like I went to the doctor and everything. They said I dislocated my actual kneecap itself, and that's what kind of caused the pain the most. So as I was on the ground, like not screaming anymore, Chelsea like ran up. She heard me from the back. She thought it was Dustin screaming. She thought somebody got stabbed, um, because that's just what it sounded like. So she heard my voice out of the screams, because I said I think I broke my leg, because that's what it fucking felt like. It felt awful because there was like a huge pop too. So I thought I snapped a bone. And then she came running from the back and was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And as she was saying, like, "Honey, it's gonna be okay," I was holding my head because I don't know why I wasn't holding my knee. I was holding my head, so everyone thought I fucking hit my head too, which I didn't. Um, and I it was in the kitchen and under the kitchen line, like where they cook and prep and everything. I looked under there, and as I was still in an incredible amount of pain, I went, "God, it is so nasty under here." And Chelsea was like, "That is not the point currently. Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm not." And it was like a fucking episode of Grey's Anatomy at some point too, because once it popped back in, like my eyes were closed the entire time except looking under the thing, and then I turned my head and there was this handsome bald man, and I was like, "Am I seeing God right now?" And it was just this handsome bald man, looked like he was straight out of Grey's Anatomy or some like hospital show like that. And
You fell in love.
he said, "I'm a doctor," and I went, "What?" I This is 30 minutes after our restaurant closed. So, like, there was a doctor there. He was the last table in the building, and he came and did some pressure tests, moved my knee around, did some stuff like that. He took me to the bathroom where I had to take off my pants, and then just magic happened. You know what I'm talking about, JT? Just magic.
Yeah.
He pressed on my knee, basically got me some ice. It felt like magic. Um, so like he helped me out, and it was so weird. I got really lucky because there was a doctor there. He said, "You're gonna be fine. You need to ice it. Of course, go to the hospital tomorrow, but for tonight you're gonna be okay. It's gonna swell up. It's gonna hurt like a motherfucker. It's probably gonna bruise, and everything like that." I'm still having problems to this day. Like it's really poppy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like of course my pants were off, and I had to move out from the
Yeah.
bathroom, and we have a couch, like a lounging area, and we were close, so there's no one except this doctor and his like girlfriend, wife, fiance, I don't know what, this date in general. So I walked out in my underwear in the middle of a restaurant with all my coworkers still there, and I laid on the couch, and as I was laying on the couch, it fucking popped out again, like quickly. It was just like a pop. Second later, pop back in, and God, it fucking hurt again. So like I have this coworker named Matt, and um he has dislocated his knee before and stuff like that. So he told me that his doctor told him it was the same equivalent on the pain scale as a gunshot. So I basically got shot twice. That was the feeling in my knee. And I believe it because I fucking screamed. I can't redo the scream because it was just out of pure pain and agony. Like
You're a
it was.
bitch.
I'm sorry. Like if you got shot, maybe you would know, JT.
Boy,
All
I've
right.
been through way worse.
I know.
Injuries. I've already dislocated my knee a couple times.
Yeah, I know. But I
And
mean,
I've
fair
torn
enough.
everything in it. And I
Yeah.
broke my arm, broke my
Okay.
foot.
You know what, JT? You know
Should I
what?
go on? No? Okay, I'll continue. Let you go.
You just went through more gunshots than me. Okay, that's it.
Yeah. I'm
But
bulletproof, bitch.
but yeah, my coworker Courtney, she's going through the podcast right now. Actually, she was like, she makes fun of me sometimes. She's like, you know what, Chandler? I've seen you in your underwear. I've seen you at your most vulnerable moment, and I'm like, Courtney, that's just rude. Like, you don't have to bring this up. And it's kind of a big joke now, although it still affects me. I can't get on my knees to pray to our Lord and Savior. Like, I
Yeah,
can't do
that's why you're doing
I can't do that. It just hurts too bad. So I have knee problems, and that's basically the story. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. I was out for a month and a half. Like, I couldn't get into the shower. I almost cried because I felt hopeless.
it.
Like, I could not get in the shower by myself. It was
Bro,
like
you were texting me like you're like literally on your deathbed.
I felt I couldn't take a shower, and that makes me feel like I'm in my deathbed.
So you're
Like,
texting like you're in your deathbed. I'm like, bro, I've been through this and like 10,000 times more. I'm like, you're gonna be fucking fine, all right? Like,
I didn't know if it was gonna go back to normal, which I have not gone back to normal. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be 100% anymore, which sucks. Like, I want to play
I mean, it's not
sports,
like you were. What sports were you trying to play, boy? What the fuck?
tennis. I'm really into tennis right now.
Shut up! I'll kick your ass in tennis.
Why?
I'll kick your ass in tennis.
Probably because you're just gifted at sports, but I really like tennis right now. I play with Ella and Chelsea and Gabe and
But should I come down there and run some tennis?
all right. That I
We'll
mean,
play
Ella
some
would
tennis
fucking
and
love
some
that.
basketball.
Okay. I don't know where there's a basketball court in Blue or ball grounds,
Yeah,
so we're good on
we
that.
already went to like another
Yeah.
court.
Gabe is really into basketball, so he'd be really into
Bro,
that.
let me 1v1 Gabe.
That would be fun. That would actually be really
How big
fun.
is
Uh
he?
he's
Height
like
wise?
he's like 5'11" or something. He's not short really. So that would honestly be really fun to record a 1v1 of you guys.
So like 5'11" is not even that bad of like you know
No.
height difference.
He's
No,
maybe like 5'10", 5'11".
so that'll be a good matchup then.
Yeah.
You see, you're gonna record the 1v1.
Yeah, why not? It'd be funny.
Yeah,
Get my
I'm down, bro.
cinematography skills in it.
I'm actually so down.
Yeah.
Tell Gabe, text Gabe, tell me you can get this fucking work.
I mean, he is always down for basketball. I mean, he lives with
Yeah,
me. We can just go do it at any point.
yeah, he'll get smoked.
Probably. You're really
I'll
good.
put
So.
I'll put $100 on it.
Oh, that would he would probably be betting something. Like that would
Yeah,
that would be
we
pretty
got at
good.
least bet somewhere like dinner or something, you know?
Yeah. Oh, he would probably cook you a meal, like a really good meal.
Yeah, or Marcos.
Or Marcos. Fair enough. He's a chef, you know that, right?
Yeah,
Like he's training to be a chef, so he'd cook
he's
you a
a
damn
chef
good
on
meal. Oh yeah, definitely. I can't wait to have Gabe on here, man. It's gonna be fun.
we'll do that next for sure.
Definitely. Do you want me to
How'd
go
you
ahead?
find out? Yeah, how'd you find out Santa wasn't real?
Okay, that one. All right. Um. So this was one of the topics. Santa wasn't real. Bringing it back to our childhood now.
Yeah,
Um. So when I was a kid, like my family was really into Christmas, like super into Christmas, and like of course my mom wanted. It was mostly my mom just into Christmas, to be honest. My dad couldn't give a fucking shit less, you know. But my mom wanted me to believe in Santa like it was God. Like that
same.
that was basically the gist of it. We decorated our house for Christmas starting in October, and we would open up our house to the public. That's how fucking decorated it was. My mom told kids that it was Santa's middle stop, like his midway stop basically, of the world.
That's a big ass lie.
Oh yeah, huge. But the kids believed it. They ate it up because we had a Santa suit in the like hallway, and my mom said that he would drop off his suit to get cleaned by my mom, and he would take that one because all the soot and coal and stuff like that made him really dirty. So that was the story, and kids ate that shit up. It was honestly really cute looking back at it. Like it was a good story. And I was told all of this growing up as well, even though I fucking put the suit up and I knew that wasn't true. Like,
Bitch, I ain't never seen Santa stop by.
yeah. And, like she took my dad, she made my dad dress up in the Santa suit and take pictures like looking over my bed. Super fucking creepy looking back at it. Like Santa just looking at you as you sleep, creepy as hell. And I hated the idea of Santa when I was a baby. because like the way my house works is there's a stairway and you can see the entire living room from the stairway. I would sit at the stairway and cry every Christmas morning because Santa infiltrated my home and broke in. It doesn't matter that he gave me presents. It
Doesn't
just
make up
mattered
for
that
it.
he was in my home. And that was an every Christmas thing until I was about like 5 or 6, I think. But then when I was, let's see, like 7 or 8, I found out pretty early. I was a very mischievous kid. When I was 7 or 8, like I don't know if you used to do it as a kid, but I would always wear my dad's shirts because they were just oversized as fuck and it was fun. You know what I'm talking about?
Like to like out.
No, no, just in the house. Like it was just a comfy shirt that I would wear, and it was like a double XL shirt, so I was like a small, so it just
Yeah,
draped over
I
me
had
and
a
everything.
couple.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was comfy. So I'd do that like every weekend or so, just chilling out while my dad was home, and like I would go in the closet, grab one, and then come out. Well, I found out that they hid my presents in the same closet, and the way that my mom would find out stuff that I wanted for Christmas was they told me that there was a homeless child in Alabama that they basically adopted for Christmas to give presents. Not like
mm,
adopted for him to come over, but just give him presents for Christmas. Like they were his Santa basically. And they asked me what I would like him to have based off of what I would like to have, but I was an asshole kid and I didn't want this was literally it's awful now and I feel so bad. It wasn't a real kid, just putting that out there. But I would say shit that I didn't really want or the worst version of the thing that I wanted because I didn't want this homeless kid to have better Christmas presents than
you're
me.
such a prick.
I was, and I feel so bad, but it wasn't a real kid, so it's kind of okay.
You
Um
just fucked over yourself.
Yeah, and they would base that off of like, okay, he wants this, this, and this instead of me just writing a list. I don't know why that wasn't the thing that they did. It
Yeah,
would have been
right. A letter
easier.
to Santa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No, they came up with this elaborate story because my parents are difficult, and I gave myself shittier gifts because I would go in and I'd be like, "Is this what I'm getting?" And then at Christmas, I would open it up and I would be disappointed a lot of the time. Like it was still stuff that I wanted. Like a lot of the stuff I said the same thing, but then I found that out and I exploited it like hell. I was like, oh yeah, this kid would love this right here. Like this fucking $70 Lego set. Fuck yeah, dude. I bet he would love that. And then I got it for Christmas and like I exploited the shit out of that for like 3 years. And I finally came up to my mom and said, I know that Santa isn't real. And she said, honey, what are you talking about? Yes, he is. And I went, no, I know that you hide my gifts in the closet and everything. And she came up with the thing of like, oh well, Santa can't get all of your gifts. Like he just gets one or two, and then we get the rest for you. And I went, all right, but I
So
didn't
trying to hang
believe it.
on to it.
Yeah, trying to hang on to it little by little. I didn't believe it. I knew for a fact. Um, I don't know if at one point if I Googled like is Santa real? I don't
Yeah, I
even
don't
know
know
what
why the
that.
fuck we never did that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is the Easter Bunny real and shit? I don't know if I ever believed in the Easter Bunny. That was just too far fetched.
I did at one point, just
Really?
because. But like, even I can even remember it back. Like, it must have been a really fucking vivid dream
Yeah.
because I can still remember it clear as day, like to this day. Like to the point where like I'm like, is it real? Even though I know the Easter Bunny's not real. But
Yeah.
I remember like sneaking down the stairs on Easter and seeing a big fucking bunny. All right.
You fucking high, dude.
I remember seeing it and it terrified the fuck out of me. So I went back upstairs and went to bed.
Yeah.
All right, like I don't even know if maybe my dad was in like a bunny, like definitely actually my dad was definitely not in a fucking bunny costume. So like, it
Mm.
was definitely just like a fucking dream, but like it's such a vivid dream that I still remember it. Like fucking like what is this like 15 years later since I had that dream? Like,
That's terrifying.
yeah. But how I fucking was Santa and shit like that, how I found it wasn't real. So like I was in grade 4. How old are you in grade 4? Like fucking
Ah, fuck.
7, 8,
Yeah,
8, 9,
probably.
something like that. Yeah. So then the guy at my school that I was talking about was like, oh shit, what are you asking Santa? He's like, yo, Santa's not real, you know that, right? I was like, the fuck you mean? I was like, Santa's definitely real. Like, my mom like wouldn't lie to me. So then he's like, no man, fucking talk to your parents about it tonight. So I was like, all right, I'll fucking go talk to them. Like it's like right after school. Like, they picked me up, and then my mom picked me up, but my dad was at home. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the second I got in my car, I was like, Mom, is Santa real? And she's like, oh yeah, obviously. And I was like, you swear on my life? Because I was like, oh, that was a big thing. Like we did, like nobody would like swear on each other's lives. Like that's what my parents would like get me to do and shit like that. Like if to find out I was lying. So I was like, you swear on my life that Santa's real? And she like hesitated for a second, and then was like, yep. I'm like,
you
oh
son
shit.
of a bitch.
Like the hesitation got me, right? So I was like, nah, like she's lying. So the second I go home, before she even can get in the house to tell my dad anything, I run up to him. He's in the kitchen. I go, is Santa real? He goes, yep. I'm gonna go swear my life. He goes, yeah, no, he's not real.
I fucking love your dad.
And my mom turns the corner. I go, I told you. She starts crying.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, she's like, I just wanted him to believe for like a little longer.
That is
so I wasn't ready. And I was like, you swore my life, you liar. Like, and she's
fucking
like crying.
breaks on a knife. Commits Sudoku.
She's crying. She's crying, bro. My dad literally just like goes, yeah, nope, he ain't real.
Yeah.
And I was like, I swear on his life. Like,
I can imagine your dad doing that too, just like.
Well, because I think about how easier it is to like not have to hide it, you know. Like, so my dad probably was just like, I don't have to fucking hide it anymore. Like, yeah. He just goes, nope, not real.
Yeah, exactly. Just, is Santa real? Yeah. No.
Yeah, he goes, yeah. I go swear my life. Yeah, no, he's not real.
Yeah. Fuck that. Yeah. That's amazing.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. That's gonna be the episode for today. And the next episode we will go back to having a guest on. We'll get Gabe on here. We'll shoot the shit and it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
So as always, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Awesome. Thank you guys.